Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live 10 at 10.
Honestly, it's political suicide. I don't understand why they would even do it. It's just horrible.
It's an ongoing battle that has riled some in the Fargo-Moorhead area, and its effect has stretched as far as Colorado. Good evening, and thank you for joining us. Krista has the night off. A petition has been started to get the Moorhead School Board to change its mind on its decision to no longer support the Special Olympics program. As Valley News Team's Christina Craig tells us, the woman who started the petition says the Special Olympics have a much bigger impact than most people realize.
The crowd roars for its athletes. 2, 3, go! For athlete Jackie Cry, Special Olympics has been her crutch for over 15 years.
It's just a blast being here, I tell you. And I never saw a much more larger group this year.
But not all are as fortunate as Cry. The Moorhead School District said in a letter to parents that support was cut due to a number of challenges with the program.
Their slogan is "No student left behind." Well, that's exactly what they're doing.
Through the trickle of social media, Jolene Rowe, a Colorado woman, started a petition.
I knew people were upset, but I didn't think that a lot of people would see my petition. I didn't think it would circulate like it did.
Rowe lived in Moorhead for 30 years before moving to Colorado, and with a special needs family member, this cut hits home. She says this program gives much more to its athletes than what meets the eye.
He told us that without the Special Olympics that he wouldn't have the confidence that he has to talk to people and things like that.
What Special Olympics has done for me is really make me come out of my shell since I was in high school.
We reached out to the Moorhead superintendent for comment, but they wouldn't say much more. Both Rowe and Cry are hoping to make a difference, like this program has done for so many others, an effort playing for keeps. In Fargo, Christina Craig, Valley News Live.
A special assessment commission hearing on this issue that includes Moorhead Public Schools will take place tomorrow morning. To read the Moorhead School District's statement, visit us online at valleynewslive.com. And local athletes were wearing smiles today as they kicked off the North Dakota Area Summer Olympics. About 60 athletes and their families joined in on the fun. Fargo South High opened the tournament with color guards presenting the flags. Summer sports included bocce, powerlifting, track and field, swimming, and volleyball. And some events were moved indoors today, although the wet weather was a welcome sight for many people. Has it all moved through? Here's meteorologist Lisa Green with the details. Lisa?
Thank you, Andrea. There's still a chance to pick up a little bit more rain, but much of that accumulating rain is winding down tonight. Just want to show you our rain gauge here at the station measured a little over 3/10 of an inch of rain here. A lot of places in that 1/4 of an inch to a 1/2 an inch mark, but there were some spots that reported an inch or more of rain, and that was more over toward Lakes Country, Minnesota, and Otter Tail County. Richville had the highest amount so far, 1.12 inches. Hendrum, Vergas, all in that 1 inch range. Grand Forks had about 4/400 of an inch, and in Fargo, 3/600 of an inch. And as we look at the radar, you could see the rain that moved through last night. And now we still have some sprinkles out there, but even some snow looming to the north. I'll have details on what we can expect to see to start our work week and coming up in just a few moments.
All right, see you soon, and thank you, Lisa. Power is back on for thousands of people after an outage this morning. A manager at Xcel Energy says a combination of weather, dust, and dirt buildup caused the power to go out. Honored, humbled, a dream come true. One North Dakota woman is running in the Boston Marathon as an invited guest, but she won't be running alone. Years ago, Kathleen Wrigley lost her brother in the line of duty when he was 21. She'll be taking part in the marathon tomorrow for her brother and 312 other officers who died protecting others. Her jersey was created especially for her by a Fargo woman, Jen People. 52 of the officers' names on her jersey were North Dakota officers, where she lives now. 260 were from Philadelphia, where she grew up. Wrigley was invited to race by the Massachusetts State Police Department, and she'll start alongside police officers and military members.
I would say I've been weepy for weeks because this is just such an honor. It really is. The way that the reason I'm able to line up and the people who will be surrounding me and the names.
Wrigley isn't the only one taking part in the marathon. Several others from Bismarck and the Fargo area will also compete. One cheer and dance studio wants to bring more opportunities to children with special needs by starting a cheerleading team. North Dakota Elite is hoping to find at least 5 interested kids who want to cheer. They would compete against other groups in the area and across the nation. One of the owners of the studio hopes this gives kids a chance to do things they didn't think they could.
It's a lot of fun. It's interesting. There's a lot of excitement and energy. They definitely give it 110%, which is, they're always fun to watch.
The group plans to host a free clinic next Sunday, at the Robert D. Johnson Recreational Center from 12:30 to 1:30 in the afternoon. Human foosball. It's a real thing and can be played right here in the Valley. The owner of the North Sider Bar in Moorhead put together the arena last October. Despite today's weather, dozens of people tried it out for the first time this year. Organizers hope to use it for fundraisers and tournaments and possibly start a human foosball league. The idea is pretty simple. While holding onto the poles, kick the soccer ball into the net.
It's a lot more exercise than you'd think because it's pretty intense. You know, that ball's moving pretty fast and moving around, so, you know, it's easier to explain, just come and play it one time.
They'll be creating a Facebook page to let the community know game times and dates. We have included that link on our website. Just head to valleynewslive.com. A somber ceremony in Oklahoma City as people gather to mark the 20th anniversary of the bombing at the Alfred P. Murrah Federal Building. It started with 168 seconds of silence to honor each of the lives lost that day. The ceremony took place at the Oklahoma City National Memorial and Museum, which stands where the Murrah building used to. There was a common theme to the speeches, each praising the people of Oklahoma for how they came together and on that day and beyond.
Valley News Live 10 at 10 continues with no wait weather.
It was nice to wake up to rain this morning.
So nice. I don't know if you happen to listen in the morning hours or even in the middle of the night if you had your windows open to hear that rain falling. Such a nice sound, especially comforting knowing how dry we've been.
Exactly.
We do have a few more raindrops coming up in the forecast, but I want to show you how today turned out this morning. Of course, the rain falling on our time-lapse camera here in South Fargo. By 11, a little break. We had some clouds, even some breaks in the clouds with some sunshine into the afternoon at times and this evening. And then looking ahead toward this evening, it's moving fast, but more raindrops fell on the camera tonight. So again, off and on chances for rain showers. We are quiet at the moment with mostly cloudy skies, 42 degrees currently, a high today of only 58, so much cooler than the 70s we saw yesterday. Wind out of the north-northwest at 10 miles per hour. That's the steady speed. We are seeing some gusts higher than that. Here's a look at the radar currently, looking rather dry compared to where we have been. We have a couple of spotty areas of some light rain showers, especially into eastern North Dakota. And then up to the north, some snow poised to move in right along the Canadian border into the Walhalla area, Langdon, Cavalier. You may be seeing some snowflakes here within the next hour or two as this whole system, the back side of this, rotates around it, and we'll see some more scattered areas of rain and even some snow showers off and on as the system continues to influence us, even though most of the rain is departing our viewing area, impacting more places in Wisconsin right now. Here's a look at those winds. They've been picking up today. We're seeing those winds now in the 20s, a 26-mile-per-hour gust in Bemidji, 28 in Thief River Falls, and 24 in Devil's Lake. Unfortunately, more wind on the way starting tonight and continuing into the first part of the week. And with that, we have, of course, more red flag warning concerns out to the west because of it. 42 degrees right now in Fargo, 39 in Grand Forks, some 30s over into Lakes area, Minnesota as well. And as we step you through your forecast for tonight, again, expect to see some cloud cover across much of the area. There'll be some breaks in between through the overnight hours. And as those temperatures drop down into the 30s, we'll see that rain switch over to snow wherever it's falling, isolated pockets of flakes. So as you're heading out tomorrow morning in the early morning hours, Don't be surprised if you see a few snowflakes out there. One issue is that the wind will be picking up, gusting into the 30s. And if you drive into one of these little snow squalls, it may briefly reduce the visibility at times in those morning hours. 6 a.m. temperatures in the low to mid 30s to start off your day. So you'll certainly need to bundle up as you step out the door. Certainly not as warm as our Saturday. And by 9, temperatures slowly rising, mostly cloudy skies. We'll see temperatures reach the 40s by noon, with again a couple of isolated pockets of snow and rain showers. Wind still strong out of the northwest, gusting into the 30s off and on throughout the day. And by the afternoon, high temperatures in the upper 40s. Southeastern North Dakota will probably be the warmest area. We'll see a little more warm air move in there, and also some sunshine elsewhere where we're stuck under the clouds and the rain. Temperatures in Lakes area, highs only in the upper 30s to around 40 degrees tomorrow. So a little bit of a range on our temperatures, and not a pleasant day because of that wind as well. And even as you're heading home from work tomorrow night, especially the farther east you are, the likelihood of seeing a couple of snowflakes or raindrops still there for us through the forecast. So we do have a chance for more rain or even some snowflakes as we move through the next couple of days. Again, more likely into northwest Minnesota. Less than a half an inch, though, of snow or rain moving in. Great shot. This was taken by our executive producer, actually, Gretchen Helmstead of Fargo. You can see I-94 right here, but notice lots of clouds. This was taken today during a break in the rain showers that we saw. 47 the high tomorrow, Tuesday 49, and windy both days. Where we didn't get as much rain over toward the west, there is a red flag warning in effect for tomorrow for the James River Valley. So still some concerns, even though we got a little bit to help green things up and help us out. We don't have really great chances of precipitation coming up next week. So hopefully this will help to keep us on the less dry side of things until we can get some more rain next weekend.
But sometimes it's just not enough.
I know, yeah, you know, a quarter of an inch is helpful, but we certainly need some more in a lot of spots.
All right, thanks, Lisa.
You bet.
Later on Valley News Live at 10, see what happens when a mother asks for help celebrating her 10-year-old daughter's birthday. But first, it's a shopping frenzy online after a major retailer launches a popular collection.